I made my first video for YouTube in 2019. In the 4 years since then, I've published over 200 videos, and in that time, I like to at least think that my work has improved along the way. I've repainted, touched up, or restored several Lionel trains with Santa Fe's Warbonnet paint schemes. There has been an Alco diesel or two, and most recently a trio of F-3s that had a variety of issues that were holding them back from their original level of awesomeness. When I finished this last Santa Fe F3, I thought that I might be done with Lionel's classic paint scheme unless I could find a locomotive and do the Warbonnet with some color other than red. So I've been looking on eBay for something cheap, and then I opened up a copier paper box in my basement, and I found this guy. I'd forgotten all about this project that I started years ago, and it's because of this shell that I learned to make any metallic color the last one to be sprayed. Rust-Oleum silver does not like to have masking tape on it. When the tape is lifted away, some sections of the paint will go with it, even if it's protected by a clear coat. On this shell, I had sprayed over the original graphics, first with silver, actually it's Rust-Oleum's aluminum color, and I followed that with a glossy clear coat. My plan was to reprint the lettering onto clear inkjet decal paper and match the size and placement of the original graphics. That way, I wouldn't have to worry about the imprint left behind with Lionel's original stamping process. The silver and clear coat appeared to be fine, until I began masking for the next color. When I removed the tape, part of the metallic flake came with it. That's when I gave up and stashed it out of sight in a box, where it stayed until recently. Now that I've filled the spaces created from the lettering, I can wet sand and hopefully hide any trace of these stamped graphics, because this may or may not be a Santa Fe locomotive when I'm done. Regardless of its eventual road name, the cracked and damaged nose decal has got to go. This graphic is a tough one to remove. If it didn't have a tendency to crack in those unsupported areas around the door frame, I think it probably would have lasted forever. The yellow stripe, the black stripe, and the nose color all need to be repainted. And since the yellow is between the nose color and the black stripe, I'll do that one first. The yellow doesn't look perfect right now, and it doesn't need to be. The eventual thin yellow stripe will be created when I cover the final area with Tamiya's 2mm masking tape. Lionel's little 027 Santa Fe Alco is what I had in mind when choosing blue as the nose color. It was only after I began spraying that I realized that I'd seen a similar F-Series locomotive somewhere before. Menards offers a blue-nosed Santa Fe diesel, and as much as I want to like it, I simply can't stand the chrome-covered frame and wheel assemblies. So maybe, on some subconscious level, that's when my brain decided to sabotage this project yet again. Sadly, Menards is not to blame for what you see here. It actually comes back to me, just being impatient and spraying the paint on too thickly, and also not waiting long enough between coats. On the plus side, you can get an idea of what that yellow stripe would have looked like, and it would have been magnificent. So, should I wait a week, then try to sand those wrinkles down and respray? Nah, I completely hate this blue and these stripes at this point, so they have to go. Here's what the shell looked like after one application of Easy Off. There's still some paint and modeler's putty. So after a second soaking, it now looks like this. And unfortunately, that thick paint had been hiding quite a few nicks, and even a crack or two. I really hate to leave you hanging, but in an effort to learn from my impatience, I'm going to let some time go by before I work on this F3 again. I hope you'll indulge me and be patient with me until I finish this project in a future episode. Until then, this has been Bob's Workshop. Take care.